Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 21 Week 9 BearCave games, back for another week of SFA action. Couple of sim upsets here. We had North Texas going down, undefeated going down. Wisconsin loses to Northwestern. But yeah, welcome in. I might be a little tired or slurring my words. Went to see the Savannah Bananas in a rain delay. Supposed to start at 6:30, didn't start till 9. I didn't get back to my house till 3 a.m. So I'm rocking on 3 hours of sleep. But we proceed. As always, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty. Ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim an open team, set your playbooks, recruit, and build your way to a national championship. Links are in any of the descriptions if you'd like to join. You can also check out Patreon if you want more customization or more chances at game day. That link's down there as well. If you're in the Online Dynasty, make sure to get your games played today. We are simming tonight, and our college football fantasy draft is happening today as well at noon. We got Cheese Demons subscribing. Thank you, Slime. Glad that you're back. Glad that you got your account back. But yeah, should be a good day of SFA action. As always, BearCave is the 10 best games of the week. So let's jump on into it. We're going to start in the Big 12, which is just a complete clusterfuck. TCU 4-2, Kansas State 2-1. Kansas State could realistically win their division. So let's jump on into the game. Florida man, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Coach K, let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is going to be, if you guys are participating in the polls, 6.5 point favorite. So lock in your prediction here. Should go live in a second. Almost a touchdown favorite for Florida man. Don't think that's ever happened in his life. And then, of course, we got a game day game coming. Boston College and Texas Tech. Yeah, see, Phi was too busy AI generating bullshit of me to notice North Texas went down. This is why he's losing Army today. Yeah, Broncos did look good yesterday. Alright, let's jump on in. We'll jump on in with TCU. Should be a good one. Thanks for joining us early on this Saturday. One of the last Saturdays without college football. Heck yeah, we got the third rushing team in the nation here today. I guess TCU running it all over the field. Alright, let's jump on in. Here in the SFA, we do not care about Jaden Daniels. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Hit shit on. Alright, here we go. Heads, and they will kick it. So Coach K decides to kick the head. Here we go. First quarter in Manhattan, Kansas. Not Manhattan, New York. No, no, no. And Kansas State out to a 14-point lead. TCU already on the ropes here. They get one back. Kansas State re-extends the lead 2 scores. TCU hanging in there. Right on the verge of a no cover. And we go to the halftime up by 7. Can TCU fight their way back here? Kansas State adds a field goal. TCU unable to do anything. They're now down 3 scores. They need a big fourth quarter here, and they keep going backwards. Not looking good. Kansas State is going to roll this one. 38-14, 45-14. Pity touchdown at the end. That is a easy K-State cover for those of you guys scoring at home. So the question everyone's asking is Florida Man for real? 4-3. 4-3. Can they do the impossible? So Marcus Parks goes 50%, 257, a score and a interception. And man, the team that's the third best rushing team in the country couldn't do anything, less than 100 total yards. Beverly gets 118. On defense, 13 tackles for Phillips, 2 for Swan and Richardson. No sacks, no picks, 2 deflections, and the forced fumble. Skippy Bella goes 235, and in honor of Jaden Daniels, he throws for 5 touchdowns. Skippy Bella looking to get his number retired. 177 for Zachara Sparks. 3 touchdowns for Kevin Mullins. 10 tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks. The pick for Xavier Oki, the Yams legend. Eating chicken marsala at 7:49 a.m. Nasty work, Florida Man. Nasty work. All right, here we go. Kansas State cover for those of you guys scoring at home, and we move on. Where are we going next? Houston and Tulane. Coach Connor. Connor, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Critical divisional matchup here in the Conference USA. The team right behind Texas State. This is going to be a 4-point favorite for the Cougs. So get your predictions in. I don't see Connor here, but that's all right. We'll just jump aboard the Houston Cougars. And speaking of Cougars, how about Jaden Daniels' mom? I will see myself out. All right, here we go. They're in the baby blues. Houston in the whites. We thought Tulane would fall off after losing McNasty last year, but they seem to be rolling right along. Here we go. Okay, Nick, so basically, Jane Daniels is mad at LSU for promising a cornerback recruit that he could wear the number 5 without asking Jane Daniels, so he's throwing a hissy fit and asking him to not use, or he sent a cease and desist demanding that they do not use his name, image, or likeness, and that they return his copy of the Heisman Trophy. All because they didn't ask him if he could use the number. All right, so this is a splattering. My goodness. Tulane, see you later. Houston and Coach Connor get it done 34-9. My goodness, Juice Cobbins on your dome. Houston with the cover. A couple early splatterings here on BearCave today in Week 9. As we kind of start the road to conference championships. Oliver Wallace, 27-52, 356, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and they still win by 25. Cobbins had 2 touchdowns. Trent Montgomery, SFA player, 55 yards. 4 TFLs here for Bostic. The 2 sacks are for Kyle Morse. 2 picks. 4 deflections, no fumbles. Marcus Gonzalez, 230, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Not a lot of rushing yards. So kind of a theme here today. If you can't run the ball, you're going to get splattered. Makes sense. Watch party this week. All right, so 34-9 on your dome. Houston with the easy cover. No, it's not retired. They just haven't been using it. All right, now we got Missouri and Iowa State. Another Big 12 car crash coming at you. Missouri not having a good year. Iowa State not having a good year. Missouri made a change at quarterback. Already benched Garrett Grayson. So we'll see what happens. This is a 7.5-point favorite for Iowa State. Can Coach OK State right his problems on BC? Yeah, not everybody can be as good as Shedeur Sanders to get their number retired. Got to break over 100 school records. All right, here we go. Jack Trice Stadium in Ames, Iowa. Missouri coming to town. They are desperate for a win, trying to keep pace with Kansas State in the division. Iowa State, of course, has all the talent in the world, but just can't put it together these last couple of years. They are the Iowa State Longhorns. Perfect timing, Moon. Perfect timing. All right, here we go. Can Missouri save Christmas? First quarter. Touchdown, Iowa State, but they missed the extra point because, of course, they do. And touchdown, okay. Missouri not looking good early. And they get 3. You gotta score more than 3 points against Iowa State. We know that for sure. All right, they get a touchdown. Here comes Missouri starting to play some defense. And they take the lead before the break. So 17 unanswered here for Missouri. And once again, Iowa State just falling apart here at the seams. We got a ball game, folks. 24-20 going back and forth. Iowa State takes the lead as we head to the fourth quarter. And they get a field goal here. Change of possession. A long touchdown there for Iowa State. And we're going to go one play at a time. Remember, we can jump in at the 2-minute mark. And there's a long touchdown. A pass to Prater for 20 yards. And we got a tie game, folks. 34-34. What a game. 3rd and 1. Here we go. Iowa State has the ball.
36. Ready?
Trips to the left-hand side. They got a backup quarterback in. Both teams on their backup quarterbacks. And he breaks the tackle. Could have been a sack. Jonathan Birch breaks away, keeps the drive moving. A disaster for Oklahoma. Or not Oklahoma. OK State, the coach, not the team. Dumps that off on the angle route. Junie Gloob, and he gets a couple. Junie Gloob, the former bust SFA player. Dougie Mellons is hurt, so empty set here for Iowa State. Trying to get back to 500. Over the middle, hits his man on the levels concept. First down, Jello on your dome. First and 10. Jonathan Birch dumps it off to Junie Gloob again, and they are just trying to run the clock here. They could kick a field goal and win the game. We'll see if they're smart enough to do it. 34-34, they are running clock. Missouri deciding not to stop the clock. Hands it off, Junie Gloob pushes forward and gets close to the first down. 3rd and 1. So they are not going to, oh my God, they are running this down very dangerously. What is Iowa State doing? Oh my God. They're not going to have any time. They hand it off. Junie Gloob, get down! Oh, they have 1 second! Are they going to call that? Brother! Call the timeout! Oh my God! We're going to overtime. Iowa State completely forgetting they have timeouts. Normally if you get down there, they'll call the timeout. I don't know what the problem was there. So Missouri gets bailed out for once. And here we go. Missouri starts with the rock. Coach Schwartz. Disaster there for the former national champion, and now they're just going backwards. Brandon Jones on the tackle. Von Bell going backwards. New quarterback in, it's Harper, not Garrett Grayson. Gavin Grayson. Hand off Sean Bell, and he gets it back. So 3rd and long.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Not exactly, Coach Phi. We could get a touchdown and then a pick 6. 3rd and 9. The snap over the middle. It's caught and dropped. Kenny Harper, 3 touchdowns on the day. They're going to have to settle for 3 on this one. So 41 yards to take the lead. Being held by Gavin Grayson. Kick is up, and a monstrous kick. It's good. That would have been good from 80. See Alabama, Florida a little bit later on. All right, for Iowa State, touchdown wins it, field goal ties it. Anything else in Missouri is victorious. Rolling left, Birch, and he goes down. That is huge. That knocks him out of field goal range.
That'll make it 2nd and long.
Missouri now all of a sudden having some momentum. So now at the 33. 2nd and 18. Birch drops back. Has some time. Steps up. Yams it right hand side to the end zone. Intercepted. It's going the other way. And that is Bill Bangs is going to win it. Bill Bangs, the Campbell Camels legend, seals the game here for Missouri. So the BearCave reward player coming in clutch. And Missouri is going to win the game. So Iowa State just completely falls apart at the seams here. They had a chance at game-winning field goal. Decide to go to OT. And the rest is history. Kenny Harper comes in and gets player of the game.
Today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
37-34 for the oddly colored telephone. I don't know. Never heard of this rivalry trophy. Just the state line battle or something. Alright, we don't need all of these screenshots. It wasn't that electric. So that's a Missouri outright if you're scoring at home. Scoring summary, a lot of points scored here today. A lot of glue action. Kenny Harper goes 286, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Running the ball 73 yards for Sean Bell. 125 for Hunter, 2 touchdowns for Meyer. On defense, Lumpkin, 10 tackles. He had 3 TFLs, 2 sacks on the day for the team. The pick for Bill Bangs. 3 deflections, 3 forced fumbles. And for Jonathan Birch, 356, 2 touchdowns, and the 1 pick. Junie Gloob had 142 and 3 touchdowns. Ken Culver had a touchdown and 122. 15 pancakes for York and Kirchhoff, my God. 3 TFLs for Butterman and Brown. 3 total sacks, no picks. 3 deflections, and no forced fumbles. So that'll do it here from Jack Trice, and then we are headed to Georgia, Athens, Georgia, to see if Tennessee can keep on getting away with it. Gotta get our players of the game. Missouri outright. All right, Tennessee and Georgia. What could go wrong here? Both, I think, undefeated in conference. Where is my SEC? Yeah, both undefeated in conference. 4-3 versus 6-1. This is a 2-point favorite for Tennessee. On the road. All right, Nick, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Number 5, Tennessee. Surely nothing bad happens to Tennessee when they go to Athens ranked. So Georgia, a year marked safe from being coached by Coach Moon. Here we go. Looking to take the lead in the division. Winner of this game has the inside track to the division title. And John Wobbles save Christmas. Between the hedges, tails and kick. Here we go, first quarter. Georgia takes the lead. Tennessee responds. Tennessee has some of the best skill positions in the country. All young freshmen as well. 21-7 for Tennessee. 28-7. This might be a splattering on the road. 35-7. They get one back. Can Georgia find a way to save Christmas? Not looking good. They've got to start scoring right now. And it's not going to happen, so thanks for coming out, Georgia. 35-14. They get one. No, they don't get any. And that will do it. A Tennessee emphatic cover as they lead the division. And Micah DeForest with 2 more touchdowns today. John Wobbles, 314, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Kirk gets 160. Micah DeForest, 118, 2 touchdowns. Juan Pablo Antonello, 79 and 2 touchdowns. Eric Figgins with 8 tackles, 2 TFLs for Vogel, 2 sacks, no picks, 3 deflections, and no fumbles. And for Goddard, he goes 221, 2 touchdowns. Could not run the ball today. Boone McCray gets 59 yards and a score. 16 tackles for John Hall, 3 TFLs, no sacks. The pick for Kyle White. 2 fumbles for Kyle White. Shout out to a former Kansas SFA player, Kyle White. Wobbles doesn't get enough love because anytime we hype him up and watch him live, he pitches it 30 yards backwards. I think Wobbles is a great quarterback. All right, Tennessee covers emphatically. Their only loss is still to number 1. And we move on. We're going to the AAC, where a little team named Louisville has really done well this year. 7-0 start. The best team in their division is Cincinnati. So winning this game pretty much guarantees them the division. 3-point favorite here for Louisville. Coach Cal, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Remember, guys, we got game day. We're watching Pickleman versus Coach Cryo. There will be tears, but we don't know who from. So we'll jump on board with the Cardinal. Looking great statistically, 6th best passing offense in the country, top 15 defense. Cincinnati, of course, the best G5 program of all time in terms of record. Going to Nippert Stadium. So we've had 3 covers and 1 outright so far today. And we continue. Can Cincinnati knock off Louisville? We got a tie game early on. And Louisville starts pulling away. 21-7 here. Cincinnati struggling here at home. 28-10. 35-10. It looks to be a splattering for Louisville. Making light work here of Cincinnati. And that's going to do it. 48-17. My goodness. So the Louisville cover. So it looks like teams are starting to take care of business here in the second half of the year. So 48-17. Stevenson goes 274, 4 touchdowns. DeWillis Duck has 77 yards and 2 scores. Mazzara had 90 yards and a score. Dotson, 7 tackles, 3 TFLs. They had 4 total sacks. The pick for Arnold Lee. A lot of deflections, no forced fumbles, and I believe that they had a punt return touchdown. They did from DeWillis Duck, the SFA player. And for Cincinnati, 322, 2 touchdowns and a pick for Hawthorne. Jefferson couldn't run the ball. 145 and a score for Rogers. Adams had 10 tackles. He had 4 TFLs. They had 3 total sacks of the team, 2 for Gallagher, no picks. The deflection for Palmer, and no fumbles. Like last year, Louisville's going to cruise to a top 8 seed and then get splattered by Arkansas. That's the Pitt. Poor Pitt. Now what were they? 2-6? All right. Louisville cover, and we move on. Next up, we got Alabama and Florida. This is the Patreon game of the week. Coach Tribe, let me know if you're here, kick or receive. This is a 7-point favorite for the Florida Gators. Congrats on the 12 channel points, whoever bet on that. You know, if no one gets a raffle ticket because no one bets, then I just get a free reward player. Not like we'll do anything with it, but... Alright, we'll jump on board with Alabama here. I don't see any tribe. So number 2 offense in the country, number 1 in yards. They only have 1 loss on the year. They just missed out on the playoff, won the Citrus Bowl last year, trying to get back. Remember, Season 1 national champs, the Florida Gators. People often forget. So Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Here we go. The Swamp. Bama travels to the Swamp here, and Florida starts with a score. Alabama responds immediately. 14-7, 14-10, 21-10, Florida. Alabama keeping pace early on. All you can do is stay within striking distance of these top offenses. They are down by 1 possession, and now it's 2. Florida's starting to pull away here. They're up by 18. Bama needs to do something quickly here. They get 1. Still a 2-score game. Not going to completely write them off yet, so that's why I'm doing this here. Can they find a way to get this to 1 possession? No. So Whippets is going to kneel it, and that should do it. My God, a lot. There we go. All right, so Florida is going to win, and they're going to cover. So another splattering. Not a lot of close games today. Todd Brown has 352, 2 scores. RJ Irons, 78 yards and a score. Mark Beekman, 105 and a score. Solinger has 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, no sacks. The pick for Vincent Graham. 4 deflections, no fumbles. And for the Florida Gators, you got 318, 2 touchdowns, and a pick for Marlo Whippets. Paul Reed ran down their throats, 160 and 3 scores. Newsom had over 100 yards. Chip Mudflaps had 12 pancakes. 11 tackles for Ladarius Quan Swamp. He had 5 TFLs and 2 sacks. Getting active. 4 deflections and no fumbles. All right, so Florida with the cover, and we move on to the second half of BearCave. Not a lot of drama yet today. We had one screw up by Iowa State, but other than that. And so now we got the straight up game. It is Army and Texas State. Coach Phi, let me know, kick or receive number 25 in the nation. So this is not a cover, this is a who wins. So get your predictions in. Bring back the sportsbook. Ugh, gross. Alright, here we go. Army and Texas State. Bobcat Stadium. Trying to stay on top of the division. Of course, this game won't impact that. But for Army, they've got to get a critical win here. Still trying to get back to the playoff. Texas State starts with a touchdown. They get another quick one. So 14-0 start here for Coach Phi. He seems determined to fall off, but his team just won't let him. 21-0 for Texas State. Army gets one back. So 14-point lead at the break. Army still can't score here, and Texas State gets another one. Army long touchdown. We go to the fourth quarter. Army still in striking range. They missed the extra point. So Army has the ball down by one score. It's 4th and 19. My goodness. And technically it's a score, so we're going to watch this play out. Texas State has the ball. They can end the game here with a couple of first downs. Wilkinson hands it off to Orville Wild Hog, and he goes nowhere. Or that's Jason Garcia, so I guess Wild Hog left the game. So Texas State's going to punt, give Army a chance here. Angling this towards the boundary. It is caught at the 10. Stiffy's one gets up to the 20. It's Gable Glazer. So Army has a minute 51, 2 timeouts. They need 8 points. Didn't you just say white helmet, white shirt, and maroon pants? Oh, my fault. I was like, this is such a weird combo, but okay.
That makes it 1st and 10.
So Ralph Sanders. So we got 4 wide. It looks like the equipment department messed up here. Ralph Sanders yams it left side. He's open. Hits him down the sideline. Inside the 10 down to the 2. Nathan Randolph, 66 right to the dome. And Army's right there in business. Can Army punch it in? Option. Sanders pushes, and he's gonna be... Oh, what a score! Ralph Sanders, not the first, second, or third, but the 4th effort gets him in. Now the 2-point conversion to tie the game. The snap. It's a keeper for Ralph, and he gets to walk right on in. And we got a tie football game. So Coach Phi now on the ropes, 28-28. He had a commanding lead pretty much the entire game. So 1st and 10. Ricky Wilkinson will hand it off here. This is Garcia, not Orville Wild Hog. So Wild Hog's still not in the game. Hurries it up. Ricky Wilkinson steps up, yams it across body into the turf. It's going to be 3rd and 5. They got to be careful. You don't want to give the ball back to Army. Army's got all the momentum. 3rd and 5. The snap. Wobbler, and he hits his man, Malik Rivers. 1st down. The SFA reject makes an impact. They are now up to the 47-yard line. Pistol form. Snap for Wilkinson. He's going to take off here with the lead blocker. He has room. He gets the first and more. He's down to the 41. Texas State starting to threaten field goal range. 3 timeouts. Pistol form. Wilkinson again somehow escapes all that traffic, and he gets 4 out of it. Incredible job. Gary Van Allen tripped him up. The transfer from Pitt. 2nd and 6, 30 seconds left. Oh my God, Phi, he's running clock. Phi, what are you doing? Oh no, another egregious offensive performance. Running the clock here. Do they feel like they're already in field goal range? Here we go, Wilkinson. He's taken off, and they're going to call it a sack. They do call a timeout, unlike Iowa State. So will they bring out the field goal unit? No, they will not. So they will attempt a Hail Mary to walk it off. 3rd and 7. The snap. Wilkinson has time. Aims it deep and tipped and incomplete. I thought he had it. So we are going to overtime here in Texas. I have no idea where in Texas State plays. Pretty sure it's east of Austin. And Army's going to start on defense. So we'll see Texas State first. San Marcos. So still no Wild Hog. Quick throw! That was risky business. But McIntosh catches it. He gets 6. Our second OT game of this BearCave slate. Walker Trapp, Team of the Year linebacker. And off. Garcia pushes forward. He gets 3. So 3rd and 1 for Texas State.
That'll make it 3rd and 1.
It'd make more sense if this was West Texas, considering Texas State's in the Pac-12, but I digress. 3rd and 1. Wilkinson hands it off up the gut, and he gets the first. Nice run by Garcia. So the drive continues inside the 15. Snap, Garcia to the edge, cuts upfield, and he gets 6. They're running hard with the backup running back here. Bram Buckshot on the tackle. Remember, this is an Army team that made a quarterfinal last year. They are no stranger to tough games. And a false start for Texas State. Move them back.
False start, offense.
Back.
Still second down.
2nd and 9 now. Somehow they're going to get like a 10-play drive out of this, starting at the 25. Nasty work. Handoff, Garcia, up the gut, he's bobbing, he's weaving, and he's still on his feet. Oh my, what a run from Jason Garcia. Maybe Wild Hog is a system RB. Garcia having a day. 3rd and 2. Can Texas State punch it home? Quick throw. And they give him the first. It's Reggie Hart. This might be the longest drive I've ever seen in overtime. 1st and goal. Motion man. Wilkinson option. Gives it to Garcia. He gets 2.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Roger. Hey, alert. Mike's
to punch it in. Motion. The snap. Wilkinson takes off, has room. Touchdown, Texas State. So the extra point now. Now Army's on their back foot. Take a look at the big upset in the conference here today. North Texas goes down. So here comes Army, 35-28. They need a touchdown to keep it moving. The snap for Sanders. Over the middle, almost intercepted by David Norman. That could have finished the game.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Motion man. Ralph Sanders floats it out to the receiver. He gets to the outside, runs over a man, and gets 7. It's Mars O'Keefe, the SFA player.
7 yards.
He's a tight end. Run an option to the tight end. Interesting call. I don't hate it. 3rd and 3. 2 plays from victory for Texas State. Glazer in motion, and oh, what a hit on Ralph Sanders. It's 4th down.
No gain.
Slayton Hagberg.
That brings up 4th and 3.
So here we go. Game on the line. 4th and 3. The snap for Ralph Sanders. He dumps it off. He's open. It's a 1st and more. Stiffy the man. Touchdown, Army! Rayford Doom! Army will not be denied. So the extra point to tie it up, and we are going to double OT. What a play call from Army, and now they will start with the ball. Coach Fi just can't believe it. Had 2 chances to win this game and hasn't been able to. Oh, what a stiffy. Mars O'Keefe gets 10.
Number 4 makes the tackle at the 15-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
35-35. Army under center. Motion. Ralph Sanders runs through one, gets hit by Hagberg. He goes down.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Double tight. 3 down. Mike 2.
2nd and 6. The snap for Ralph. Over the middle, and oh, a big hit on Justin Murphy, but he hangs on. So a chance to get off the field here for the Bobcats.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Jordy Pinto, 11 tackles today. 3rd and 2. Handoff, Gable Glazer. He gets it with ease.
Gain of 3 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Now we got 3 tight ends coming on out. Goal line formation. The big nasties on both sides. Texas State jumps. They don't call it. Glazer, easy walk-in touchdown. Army takes the lead. So 42-35. It's now Texas State on their back foot. Hand off here to Garcia. Wild Hogs still not in the game.
That's a gain of 9 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
2 tights. 4 down. Mike 50. Let's go. Check. Break
The snap. Wilkinson back in the end zone, out of bounds. Thought he had him. Think he had a step, but just couldn't keep that ball down. 3rd and 1. Trips to the left-hand side. Pistol form. Wilkinson with the handoff. Garcia gets the 1st and more. Folks, I don't think we're stopping at 42.
That makes it 1st and goal.
First and goal. Handoff. No, it's a keeper for Wilkinson to the boundary, and he gets 2, maybe down to the 5.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 2nd and goal.
We'll actually mark him all the way back at the 6. 2nd and goal. Handoff. It's Garcia, and he's down to the 3. 3rd and goal.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
So Army in the defensive goal line package. Wilkinson will throw it. He's open and he missed him. The blitz got to him just enough.
That brings up 4th and goal.
4th and goal. Game on the line. Can Army stop him? The snap. It's a screen. And he's short. He's short. Army wins it. McIntosh did everything he could. And Texas State loses by an inch.
At the end of the game, the final score is 42.
Ralph Sanders, what a day, what a comeback multiple times for Army. They would not be denied. This is the kind of win that could change your season. They will go to 5-3. Texas State drops a non-conference. Doesn't really matter to them in the grand scheme of things. But you always hate to lose one at home. They had them on 4th and 9. And could not get the stop. So, Fi, you can blame that one on me for messing up the jerseys. So 42-35, double OT, Army outright. Wilkinson goes 15-31, 221, and a touchdown and a pick. Wild Hog had 27 carries, 139 and a score before he left. McIntosh, 95 yards. 4 pancakes for Novikov. 3 different guys with 10-plus tackles. TFL 6 for John Moore. He had the only 2 sacks of the day. No picks. 3 deflections. 2 fumbles, both recovered. And for Army, 22-29, 292, and 2 scores. Gable Glazer had 140 and 3 touchdowns. 169 and a score for Nathan Randolph. Walker Trapp, 11 tackles, 4 TFLs for Darren Kelly. 2 sacks on the day. Chris Taylor had a pick. 3 deflections, no fumbles. Yeah, there's no way to fix the glitch. I tried to fix it already. Reinstalled the IQ. I think the only fix for that is moving to the new game. All right, next up, Notre Dame and Air Force, 13.5-point favorite. Of course, Air Force had the miraculous win last week on game day against LSU. Notre Dame is no tough cookie despite having a pretty poor start to the year. We'll see, does lightning strike twice? Are you going Notre Dame minus 13.5, or are you going Air Force? Is Air Force going back to back? Yui, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. I haven't even started testing it. I know the mods are there. I just don't know if there's a mod where I can watch every game. Notre Dame, let's go. Heads or tails, kick or receive, Yui? So back here in Colorado Springs, back-to-back weeks. Air Force putting their program on the map. A win here against Notre Dame would really be eye-opening for many across the country. Team that's been in the Final 8 the last 3 years in a row. So they will kick it. So here we go. Can Air Force do it again? Three points for Air Force. They win the first quarter. That's all you got to do. Notre Dame gets a touchdown, though. And now they're up by 11. Not looking good for Air Force. No points in that second quarter. And Notre Dame started to find the big play. And now they're just jamming it down their throat. Fourth quarter here. Only 3 points on the day for Air Force. 20-3. It's currently a cover. It's a 20-point game. Can Air Force find a way? It's not looking good. Yeah, this is going to be a splattering. Unfortunately for Air Force, a short-lived. Can they score? They do in the final second. It's not enough to get the cover. So Notre Dame covers with ease. 26-9. A lot of field goals here for Diego Ronquillo. He had 4 of them. Rico Giraldo, 324 and a pick. 96 yards for Jake Richardson. Brian Brooks gets 135. Lampjaw, 22 pancakes in a single game. That's got to be a record. Rhino Lampjaw just absolutely dominating the Air Force defensive line. 22 pancakes in one game. That's got to be some sort of a record. Robert Rich, 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, no sacks, no picks, 3 deflections. Can you get player of the game for 22 pancakes? Brooklyn Porter, 176 and a touchdown. Fletcher, 85 yards. Freddie Lee, 97 yards. 13 tackles for Powers and Martin. A lot of TFLs for them today. They had 4 sacks. The defense showed up, but the offense just couldn't get it rolling. 3 fumbles. No recoveries. So 26-9 is your final. The road ends there for Air Force. No player of the game for Rhino Lampjaw, who had 22 pancakes. All right, we move on in this BearCave slate. Next up, Illinois and Penn State. So, Cam, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. The Beanie Babies against the defending national champions. 7-0 versus 4-3. This is a 4.5-point favorite for Illinois. Alright, I don't see Cam, so we are just jumping aboard with Illinois. Can they stay unbeaten? 7-0, number 3 in the nation, trying to keep pace with Nebraska and Georgia Tech. Here we go. We are in State College, though, not a whiteout. Beaver Stadium. So we'll go heads and kick as always. So 4-3, Penn State trying to right the ship this year. They can still win their division. It's a very weak one. Illinois here up by 6. They missed an extra point. Will that come back to bite them? 13-7, 20-7. Penn State comes back with another. Up 13. No score in the second half. Penn State finally scores. Only a 6-point game here. And Illinois gets another big play. And a quick strike for Penn State. And another quick strike. We're just going back and forth here. 40-28. It's a 12-point game. We can't jump in unless they get this to one score. 43-28. Not looking good for Penn State. It's 4th and 11. Down by 15, and they turn it over. And that is going to do it. Another field goal. And there it is. So Illinois survives 46-28. It's an Illinois cover. It was a pretty good game for most of it, but they just pulled away in the fourth quarter. Van Lawford, 26-34, 336, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, 270 yards for Terrence Young. My goodness. Otter Stratton, 87 yards. Carlos James, 127. 9 tackles here. 3 TFLs for dishes. 4 total sacks. No picks. 2 deflections and no forced fumbles. For Penn State, Matt Mason, 337, 2 scores. He's okay through the air. 100 yards for Rode McKnight, 2 touchdowns. They just couldn't quite keep pace here. Gave up maybe too many sacks. 17 tackles for Tony Calzoni. 3 TFLs, no sacks. 2 picks, 1 for Calzoni as well. He had a big day. But 46 points for Illinois on the road. My goodness. So Illinois cover, and we continue on. I think we have one more game in the BearCave slate. We do. It's LSU and Auburn. The BearCave game of the week. And then we got game day still coming up, of course. So Sirlax's brow, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a 6-point favorite for Auburn. Trying to right the ship after the disastrous loss to Air Force. Do you go with Auburn -6 or LSU +6? Critical divisional matchup. So here we go. Number 3 offense in the country versus the number 1 offense, but a top 10 defense for Auburn. Auburn, of course, trying to get back to the playoff after shockingly missing the playoff after starting 9-0 last season. So here we go. It will be a kick. Five and 2 versus 6 and 1. Jordan Hare. Here we go. No score early on. Auburn takes the lead. LSU gets a safety, and they add a touchdown after it. And now they have the momentum. 12 unanswered points there in the second quarter. Auburn retakes the lead. Gets the 2-point conversion, and now they're up by 9. LSU gets one back. We're going to the fourth quarter now. And, oh man, what a drive. LSU takes the lead. So now here comes Auburn. They're on their back foot. They got to punt it here. Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark. So Auburn down by 6. Chance to win the game. They got to drive all the way down. Duncan Hoops. Lenoris Gums. Hands this off to Duncan Hoops. He gets a hole up the middle, and he gets 5. Playing time on the clock, but they need a touchdown. Tula Teoki, 13 tackles for the Rutgers transfer.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Motion man. Quick throw and incomplete. Lenoris Gums gets hit hard. So now a 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 for Auburn. Motion man, it's Flatfoot. Yams it deep, left-hand side. He's open! He's open! And breaking away is Blake Anderson. Touchdown, Auburn! They take the lead. The SFA IGR on your dome. Just an unreal catch and run. These SFA IGR wide receivers this year have been spectacular. Blake Anderson, Michael DeForest over at Tennessee. So now LSU on their back foot. So they will return this. It's around 1, can't get around the other. So all of a sudden now LSU looking down the barrel. Down by 1, they need a field goal. 3 timeouts, 1:34 on the clock.
51's Mike. Mike 51.
Saw him start to put it together in the second half last week. Dumps this one off to running back, so it's not Silas Red, so it looks like he's out of the game. It's Jason Horton now. Blake Logan having a decent day. He's going to take off, and he's going to get sacked. Sacked by Ryan Williams. So 3rd and 5 here for LSU. Logan has some time. He takes off. He's going to get the first with ease and takes a lick. Minute on the clock. They got to hurry it up. Remember, Auburn has the most SFA players in the country. Year in and year out. Floats that one. Open man. Chad Hand. And they are in yam range. Of course, plenty of time getting to field goal range.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Mike 51. Mike
2nd and 3. Logan dumps it off.
Number 51 with the tackle. Gain of 9 yards.
Easy,
First
easy.
down.
Flare. Mike 51. Flare. Mike 51. It's our time. It's our time. Today 9, green.
1st and 10. Logan takes off and he slides.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Hey, kill. Black 5, black 5. Come on, let's go. Hey,
So 2nd and 5.
Go 4, X7.
Clock is ticking. Oh no, LSU now is going to be running clock. Not like this. So LSU's got to make it happen on this play here. Got to get to field goal range. So the snap here for Logan. He has time, dumps it off. Can they get down? 1 second, triple zeros, and Auburn's gonna do it. They survive. So the Auburn no cover to finish off the BearCave slate. But the big touchdown by Blake Anderson. The Blake Anderson one? Yeah, for sure. We got 6 BC highlights this week, more than usual. An absolute nuke from Lenoris Gums, so 28-27. Sorry, whoever lost their 12 channel points. Womp womp. Alright, so we got game day coming up. But of course, as always, first we got to check out next week's games. Now remember, next week is a short week. I don't know what the streaming schedule is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to stream Wednesday night, Thursday morning. But it's not going to be next Saturday, as I will be in Chicago. So, I got to figure that out. I'll make an announcement probably today or tomorrow once I figure out what I'm going to do. But I don't want to just skip a week. I'd like to just stream on like Wednesday and then have a long week. But we shall see. Blake Logan, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 83 yards on the ground. Silas Jade had 62. Sandre Siggs had 170 and a score. But now LSU losing a couple in a row here. 5 TFLs, no sacks, no picks. The deflection for Lee and no fumbles. Lenoris Gums, 313, 4 touchdowns. Duncan Hoops, only 80 yards. It doesn't matter. They win anyways. Blake Anderson with that 83-yard dome shot. 8 tackles for Corbin DeMarco. 2 TFLs for Goodyear. The sack for Ryan Williams. No picks. 4 deflections and no fumbles. So 28-27 is the final. Auburn is 7-1. Another big-time victory for them. So that's an Auburn no cover for those of you guys betting at home. And before we get out of here, we will check next week's games. Make sure there's just one on the slate this week. Yep, so week 10, Texas A&M, Missouri. Ole Miss, Arkansas should be interesting. Minnesota, Illinois. Remember, this is the last week where we can't have a duplicate game day. Maryland, Georgia Tech. Texas Tech. Iowa, Northwestern, Auburn, Duke, Cal, USC. Oh, baby, that's a good one. 6-1 versus 7-1. Louisville, Purdue. A lot of good games on the docket. Washington, Stanford's also next week. So massive week next week here in the Pac-12. All the top teams facing each other. Alright, so that will do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I just got to set up game day.